Okay guys, so we're going to be starting off using the NYX Angel Veil Primer. I love this face primer. As you have seen, I have used it a bunch of times before. I just really feel like it smoothens out my skin without giving me that silicone feeling. Sometimes I like that silicone feeling, but other times I wanted to feel more natural, more my skin. And this definitely gives that to me. It kind of just makes it feel like lotion on my face, and it feels really good. So next, what I'm going to do is take the Tarte Shape Tape, and this is in the tone light medium. I always mess that up. And I just apply a couple dots on the eyelid as eyeshadow primer, and then I also use it to correct any like little spots that I have. I especially like to add it onto that contour sides of my cheek, because I feel like those are dark spots that I have, and I do have a little bit of acne scars. So then we just take our beauty blender and we start blending away, like blend, 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 tap, tap, tap. Girl, do you, boo. And I do like to apply like just one little dot on the center of my nose, just because I feel like that gives it a little bit more light to the actual little, you know, what's it called? The little like peak of your nose. I don't know how else to say it. And I really like using this concealer in particular on the eyelid, just because I find that it gives it more coverage, more high coverage to the eye, and it really brings out the eyeshadow color. So I personally have been using this non-stop as eyeshadow primer. So next one I'm taking is my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. Now, I have to be honest with you guys, I have been loving using the technique of applying powder before foundation. Like, I just feel like it kind of mattifies my skin a little bit longer than as if I didn't have it any powder before. And the thing is, I work and I sweat a lot at work. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yes, I am sweaty AF sometimes, and sometimes I like to go beat face because I am not ashamed of loving makeup the way I do. And I noticed that this has just been mattifying my skin longer. So let's not get off tangent. The palette that we're using, the Dream Street palette, Kathleen Lights and ColourPop collab, beautiful palette. We're going in with Spark, and that is how we're starting off this tutorial. We're adding Spark to the crease, and we really want to blow that shade out towards the brow bone. Just make it like a gradient where it's like from a soft kind of pinky orange to more of a deep color peachy orange on the actual crease. That's why I like to like really blow it out and just try to keep more color on the actual crease as well. Really important. But you guys know blending is key as well. Really important to blend your eyeshadows like there is no tomorrow. Definitely. You can always add more, but you can never go back once it's really bad, if that makes sense. Actually, sometimes you can. So as you can see here, I added more to the crease, and this is the kind of effect that we want, the one that we have on this side right now, where it's kind of like deeper colored in the actual crease and more blown out, lighter kind of peachy orange shade towards the top. And this is just a technique that I really like to use. That way the eyeshadow looks more of a gradient. So now we're using our color switch. You can find dupes at Marshall's, TJ Maxx for really cheap, guys. I highly recommend it because you can easily switch colors. And we went to the shade of Magical. And Magical, we applied it everywhere under the brow bone. And we're trying to like kind of go into the crease a little bit. Just because as you can see, it creates even more of a gradient from like a light peach yellow to like that pink. And it's just so pretty. So now we're going into the Solstice Palette by Sleek Cosmetics or Sleek Makeup, and bam, look at that highlight. Oh my god, glowing for the gods, guys. Is that getting old now? I have no idea. Anyways, we just kind of blended it out because I thought it was a little bit intense, and just used my finger and that worked perfectly. I mean, because look how intense it looks here. Like here it looks like, bam, girl, you're going to outer space. And then you take your finger, blend it out a little bit, and it looks a whole lot more natural and just like a lit from within kind of look to your eyebrows. And I really, really like that. So now we're switching colors once more, and we're taking more of that Spark shade, just intensifying back the crease, because when you blend other colors on top, some fallout can happen, so you lose some pigmentation. So you just want to go back really quickly, add a little bit more, and bam, there you go. Now we're going back into the Tarte Shape Tape. Yes, this has been my like baby, and we're applying that to the eyelid, just on the center. And then we're just using any flat brush that you have, and we're kind of like, what's it called, dispersing it, just spreading it until we get this almond shape. Really, really pretty. Oh my god, I love it. I love the way the almond shape looks on my like eyelid. I don't know why. And that's what we're gonna do with the other eyelid as well, guys. Just gonna, you know, spread out that concealer and get kind of like that beautiful almond shape that we're looking for. And the reason I love this is because it really brightens up whatever color you're gonna put on top. It really makes it stand out. So in this case, we're going back with Magical, but I didn't really like the brush, so I went in with my finger. And it's the same shade that we have under our brow bone, but the only difference is since we have like the wet concealer under it, it really brightens out the color, and you can really see the pigmentation and the true color of the eyeshadow the way it looks on the palette, unlike the way it looks under our brow bone where it's really smoked out, blown out, and it just looks like a light skin color almost. But on the eyelid, it really stands out. I mean, guys, you could, if I was not doing this eyeshadow, I would think it's two separate colors under the brow bone and on the eyelid, and they're not. They're the same ones. So then here I just added a little bit more spark just to blend out those edges of the shade we previously put. And now we're going in with this NYX glitter eyeliner, and this is just the rose one, pink. And we're just going in and cutting that crease pretty much. I love this because it's really nice but cute. It's like, it's not really intense to the point where it looks sexy. It's more like a cute pink where it just looks like really lovey-dovey and so proper for Valentine's Day, pretty much is what I'm trying to say. And I also did use this eyeliner where we would normally do our eyeliner, right above our lash line. So I just felt like it created a nice like triangle on the edge, which was so pretty. So then I just cleaned up the edges with my makeup removing wipes as usual, because you guys know I like a sharp edge. It's just my thing. So now we're doing our eyebrows, and bam, look at them brows done mad quick. That took like 2 seconds. I wish it really did in real life though. So now we're taking the Peach Perfect by Too Faced foundation. I love it, and I combine it with Cream Beige from the Wet n Wild one, just because the Too Faced one, as you can see, is a little bit too dark. So these shades mixed together, I feel like they give me the perfect shade for me, and they're so pretty. They work so beautifully together. I love it. I love it. And now we're just taking our beauty sponge and blending away, just blending time away. Do you guys still use your beauty sponge, or are you like going back to brushes? Are you using the Clarisonic head? Or like, what's up? Let me know what you're using right now for foundation. Because before I used to hear a lot more people talk about beauty sponges, and now I feel like the talk has been going down on that. So I'm just curious. So now we're taking the Tarte Shape Tape as concealer right under our eyes and just applied a dab. Yeah, okay, that was more than a dab. You saw. And just blending that in using our beauty sponge as well. I really like this concealer because it really brightens the under eye. It really gives some nice coverage to my bags because you guys know I ain't sleeping these days. Oh my god. I really like this concealer. And now we're baking using our Laura Mercier translucent setting powder, because who doesn't like baking still? I love baking. I love it. I love it. I love it. It just really smooths out my under eyes, and especially because I have a lot of expression lines. Is that what you call them? So I really need it sometimes. And I also like to apply some under my contour when I want to make it more snatched and beautiful and straight. And I'm using this palette that I'm loving. This is a Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. Just blended those two shades in. Just added them onto the contours of my face. And as you can see, it creates a nice snatched one because of that translucent setting powder we have right under it. So I really recommend that technique if you're going more for that snatched, like that perfect look. And yeah, guys, that's it. But if you don't, you want something more natural, just forget about the translucent powder. And then I'm just applying this lighter shade to brighten things up. And then I'm using a smaller brush in these two shades again, and now I'm just kind of contouring my nose, which is definitely not my expertise. It's definitely more on the hard side, and a lot of times I don't even do it, to be completely honest. But I just felt like doing it this time for Valentine's Day. Why not? Snatch that nose a little bit. I wonder if this really does create a difference on my nose, because I don't know, I feel like I'm not that good at it. And then I just applied some brightening one in the center just to really brighten up that area. And now I'm going to the Cheekathon palette, and I'm grabbing as blush the Dandelion blush, and I'm applying that to the cheeks. It's a really light color, but it has this like lit from within kind of glow to it, so I really like it. It really looks like innocent and coquettish, like perfect for Valentine's Day. That was the whole theme around this tutorial, obviously, guys. And then I took Rockature as my highlight, and even though it's really light on me, it really gives that lit from within kind of look, and I feel like that's perfect for Valentine's Day. If you're that kind of person that doesn't want too much on the face but doesn't want some really nice eyes, you get me? You get what I'm saying? Otherwise, girl, you could take Champagne Pop by what's it called? Becca Cosmetics, and do you, boo. Now I went in with the ColourPop lippy stick in Bossy on the lips, and now I'm taking Elfish on the bottom of my lower lash line, and it kind of looks a little bit intense the more I added it. As you can see, like here it was too much, but then I decided going with Spark, which I don't know what I was thinking, because it looks really intense and weird. So I was trying to think, like, how do I tone that down? So then what I decided to do was take a clean brush, blend that kind of a little bit out, and that didn't really help. So what I did next was go into the shade Magical once more and use that to kind of blend it out, and that definitely worked. That lightened it up a whole lot, made it much smaller and blown out, so it wasn't as weird. And now I took the shade Kaleidoscope, which is a beautiful highlight shade. Oh my god, is this shade not popping? I took that into the inner corners. I find that this really makes your eyes stand out, and that's exactly what you want on Valentine's Day. And then I did use it a little bit on my cheekbones and my nose, and it gave me this like silver kind of shift, really, really pretty. And that's it, you guys. Let me know what you think. I have here the Eyeliner lashes with collabs with Ann Lee. What the heck did I just say? And they're the So Lovely ones. And the lash line was thick. That's why I ended up using black eyeliner to make them more like natural. You're right, natural. And that's it, guys. Let me know what you think. Are you gonna use this for Valentine's Day? I think it's so beautiful and pretty. Oh my god. Don't forget to follow my social media accounts, and I will see you in the next one, guys. Love you. Bye.